Salutations, Proboscis2 here with something I figured out how to do recently, and that is how to reverse engineer the Nintendo Wii version of Lego Batman.
Lego Batman on the Wii.
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 And to include more than 328 characters. If you didn't know, you can only have 328 characters in cars.txt, at least on the Wii version. And if we search car start and count it, you'll see I have 329. The 329th character is Willie, singer from Indiana Jones. And I suppose I should explain how I found out how to partially bypass this. There's consequences though, negative consequences. The problem that I'm having is that when you select the 329th character, when you go to enter a free play level, what happens is the game will not load. Well, it loads the character. Basically what happens is the game loads the character and all its assets, but it will refuse to spawn the player as the character. And the same thing happens when you try to use the character as a resident in a level. It'll just not show up. But if you're in free play mode and you select the character, the game will not load the first player. It'll act like the first player doesn't exist, and it'll change the second player who's not dropped in as the first player. So basically, if you're playing as Batman and Robin in the Batcave, you enter a level and select the 329th character. The characters you'll show up with in-game in the level will be only Robin, and he'll be player 1 instead of player 2. But if you're in free play also, you can switch to the character you added. I know that was a lot to take in, and I'm not really good at explaining it, but let me show you how I did this. So, let's see here. This is Ghidra. It's a decompiler that has a plugin. Well, decompiler. I think it's a decompiler. But anyways, that has a plugin for GameCube and Wii executables. This cake.dull is a Lego Batman Wii executable, the USA one, and I have already analyzed it, but if you wanted to do that, well, actually I'll show you how to do that. I won't show you how to install the plugin because it was really f***ing complicated, and I only figured out how to do it twice, and it's a pain in the ass every time. So yeah, let me fetch a new executable. Add files. I saved one in here. This one. Drag it over, name it something different. I'll name it... should I name it? Oh, who cares? Monk. I'll name it Monk. Press no on the symbol map. That's fine. And open it. Okay, and when it says Monk has not been analyzed, would you like to analyze it now? Press yes, and then press select all, and then analyze. And I don't know if you can see that right here. It's showing what it's disassembled. So this is a disassembler, I suppose. No, it's a decompiler. I don't f***ing know. But anyways, I will come back to you when that's done.
Introducing the world's newest, silliest, and hamburger-eatingest clown, Ronald McDonald. Now, where is that clown? Oh, Ronald! Hey, Ronald!
Here I am, kid. Hey, isn't watching TV fun? Especially when you got delicious McDonald's hamburgers.
Ronald, you can't be on TV and watch it at the same time. Now, come on and meet the boys and girls.
Oh, we've already met. I know we're going to be friends, too, because I like to do everything boys and girls like to do. Especially when it comes to eating those delicious McDonald's hamburgers. A magic tray here keeps me well supplied. McDonald's hamburgers, French fries, and milkshakes. Watch for me on TV. We'll have lots of fun.
He's Ronald McDonald, the hamburger happy clown. A McDonald's drive-in restaurant is his favorite place in town.
Okay, it's done now. So, what I did was I went up to search and then memory. Actually, no. Yeah, it was. Search memory, and then I typed in cars.txt. And I pressed next. And there we are. There's a string that's referenced by a function, cars.txt. So this is the function that loads cars.txt, I'm assuming. Well, actually, what? Yeah, it is. And you'll notice this number right here, 0x148. Now, this is actually hexadecimal. So if we take calculator, you'll see that cars.txt is referenced right here, and then next to this it has this number. So if we take calculator and plug in, we'll select hex 148 and go to DESC, you'll see 328. So this controls how many characters you can load from cars.txt, at least partially. So you can see that this is, where is it? Right here. Right here. This is hex. This is the offset in RAM. So we're going to copy this. We are going to run Lego Batman the video game. Let me connect my controller. Hurry up, controller. It's connecting. Okay. And you can see in the log here what it's loading. Kind of. It actually shows what it couldn't find, but from that we can get an idea of what it's loading currently. So you'll see all these assets here. Let's get this cutscene. And if we go, you have to run Dolphin in debug mode to do this, by the way. Go to memory and dump mram. Then open your Dolphin directory. Let me see. I think I have it. Yeah, it's bookmarked. Documents, Dolphin emulator, dump. And select mem1.raw. Ignore all these files. You won't have them. These are all stuff I backed up. So open mem1, which is what it'll dump to, and then search go to, and then copy and paste the offset that we copied earlier. And you'll notice you can see exactly what was in the decompiler, Ghidra 148. Now, if we take this line of hex, well, actually, technically, if you wanted to use an action replay code, which I made, obviously, because it's really easy to do, this is the action replay code, and so this is the type of instruction the code is. This is a 32-bit RAM write. This is the address, obviously, and this is the value that I set to the RAM. And this 3D8 is actually 148 in hex times 3, so yeah, it's 3 times the characters. I think I'll put this action replay code in the description if I remember, but I probably won't. But anyways, if you want to patch this to the game's executable, you have to take this line of hex, copy it, locate a fresh executable. Let me get one. If I can. Files, new folder, and this is a fresh one. Search, find, and then paste the hex that you copied. Search it. There we go. Press F3 to make sure there's no duplicates. And yeah, now we triple it. Or you don't have to triple it, you can put any value you want, but it has to be hexadecimal. So yeah, and then you save it, and That's it. That's all you have to do. But anyways, let me show you the ramifications of this. Okay, here we are on the game, and one thing I forgot to explain is you cannot change anything in the decompiler Ghidra, save it, and then expect to run it on Dolphin, because Ghidra doesn't save GameCube and Wii executables properly, at least in my experience, but maybe someone else can toy around with that and get it to work. But anyways, this is a modified ISO to include all the playable characters from LEGO Indiana Jones 1, with Willie Singer as the 329th character. So, if we load the game, and we go select her as a free play character, watch what happens. Oh, I forgot. I set the load game level to be Barnett College, but anyways. Oh yeah, I ported most of the levels from LEGO Indiana Jones 1 over as well. This is a project I'm working on that I don't know if I'm going to release yet, but it depends. So yeah, I happen to know, yeah, she's the first one. The name ID referenced in Willie Singer's cat file, in text file, points to Catwoman's name ID in English.txt, so that's why it says that. We select her, and this is what happens. You'll see that it actually loads her on the boss screen, or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, she's there. But if we press start, it's only Robin, but we can switch to her. Now the problem I'm having is, and I tried remedying this by putting a event in the script for this level, this is Fairground A, to reactivate player 2, but I haven't been able to get that to work. I don't know what I'm doing. So if any of you guys could figure out how to do that, maybe that could be a solution to this, but as of now, selecting added characters that you added through this method of hacking the executable or using the AR code is, well, it gets rid of player 2, and I don't know how to bring it back. But also, if you want, you may be thinking, well, can't you just add them as extra toggle characters? After all, because I actually have Willie set as a resident, or I did, I don't know if I still do, but she would still load even as a resident to the level, so you may be thinking, well, why don't you just add her as an extra toggle character? And here's the thing about that. LEGO Batman appears to have, I have a gecko code that's turned on that makes it always enabled, an extra toggle extra, but it doesn't do f***ing shit. Basically, even if I added, say, the biohazard scientist character to this level as a resident, he wouldn't spawn, even though, well, he would spawn. He wouldn't spawn as a character you can play as in your party. The extra toggle, I guess they forgot to program it because it doesn't do anything. And yes, the biohazard scientist does have an extra toggle string in his text file, so it's not that. So yeah, I don't know what to do about this. I'm at a loss. Hopefully one of you guys can figure out how to make this useful. I'm gonna end the video now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. It's a f***ing terrible video.
Hi, we are making waffles. This has to be toast. Let me put it on like this. Waffles and toaster. Look at that. It's toasting nice and toast. We have toaster all over. the top, the waffles with syrup. We need to organize real quick. Let me put it on YouTube.